Hey guys, welcome. We're on site this morning with JDS Home Improvement. We're talking egress windows. An egress window is actually a basement window that's enlarged to allow a safe exit from a building in the case of fire or emergency. So you got a couple problems typically. Remember, this is an egress window that's being installed in a remodeling environment, not a new construction environment. So what you see is very common, the original builder grade basement window. The two issues that really come to the fore is there's very little natural light that comes through, and most importantly, there's actually no safe way to get out of this basement in the event of a fire or an emergency. So what we're going to be doing today, you can see there's already begun the start. This window will be coming out, and if you follow this, it's going to come all the way down the wall. That window is going to start here all the way up to the ceiling, and they're going to dig out from the outside about 40 to 50 inches. It depends on the application, sometimes more, and they're going to lower a well. Today we're using a Boman Kemp Well, extremely popular, durable, very popular with homeowners, and it's going to allow streams of natural light to come through. And again, most importantly, it's also going to allow a legal egress from this building in the event of fire or emergency, and also it allow the homeowner to add value to their home. They can now actually call this a finished bedroom space, as long as they have, which they will when we're done, a legal egress window. So follow along with us, lots of digging today, lots of site prep, and when we're done, a finished egress window. Okay, now we're on the outside. We're going to do a pretty typical egress window installation in a remodeling environment. You see this a lot of times today in brand new construction, where there's really a huge opportunity to improve a home is in a remodeling environment. So we're going to kind of come in and show you. This is pretty typical. You've got a very, very small well, and in this homeowner's case, you've also have the obstruction of a tree as well. So today what we're going to do to let in floods of natural light, the tree is going to come out. We're going to dig out about 40 inches or so, and then Jordan from JDS Home Improvement and his team are going to drop in a Bowman Kemp egress window that's going to let all the natural light flood in, and most importantly, it's going to allow an actual legal egress where a resident could actually escape in case of a fire or emergency from the basement. Jordan, can you come on in and explain to us a bit about the process?
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So yeah, we're here in Gaithersburg doing another egress window. This morning we're using a Bowman Kemp system. Actual well is a corrugated steel well, and we're using a window made by a sister company of Bowman Kemp called Safe Basements. It's specifically designed to meet egress codes. It's 28 inches wide and 54 inches in length. It's designed to actually fit in this, where this little window here now is, this hopper window. Our window is designed to fit in that width, and we're just going to lengthen the cut. So order of operations today is tree coming down right now, so we can have access here, maneuver the machine to get in and dig this hole here for the well. One thing we're looking for as well when we're digging all the way down to the footer, which is important, is proper drainage, which is looking for the foundation drain at the bottom. If it isn't down there, we can take other means to meet proper drainage, but we're going to dig all the way down to the footer, and it looks like here we actually have a corrugated pipe already in the this well system, so it looks like we're good as far as drainage goes. So yep, tree's coming down. We're going to move the well, and then we're going to make our cut in the concrete wall here today.
All right, we're going to do some digging today. We're going to catch that on video, get to see that a bit later in the video, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
My equipment here. We're going to get ready to prep through the cut of the wall and the concrete slab wall. This is a ring saw blade. You see this blade is a special blade. It's driven by the back of the saw instead of the middle, so we get a 10-inch penetrating depth on this piece of equipment. and we can do the whole cut from the outside. So this blade goes on this saw, this is a hydraulic ring saw. This is also a ring saw, but it's a gas-powered ring saw. The difference of these machines is that this one is a lot lighter. No fumes next to the cut area, and it's driven by this hydraulic power pump here that really has a tremendous amount of torque that drives the blade. So both of these are one and the same. They just have a different power source. The last piece of equipment that we're going to use today is this gas-powered concrete chainsaw. The reason why this is necessary is because as you can see, the penetrating depth here is 17 inches, whereas this only gets 10 inches. We get a good amount more of cutting depth here, and this also is great for cutting the corners. You can get a very clean corner cut on the slab wall, so also very important. So now we're done with the cutting. We actually finished the last little bit with the concrete chainsaw, and we saw after we did the corners, we saw that block drop, so we know it's completely disconnected. And now I'm going to go inside and start beating the top corners to relieve the pressure off of the block, and then the whole thing will come out of the house here. So push it out. Here's 1, 2, 3. Up. I'm going to make a like this. We'll speed it up so it looks. Sledgehammer the top there. This wrap. So the bottom cut, and I didn't explain this before, but you want about a 5 to 10 degree downward pitch angle on it. So when I'm cutting that bottom section, I actually hold the saw, let the saw sag down a little bit to create an angle, which allows water, if there ever was water dripping down here and coming down the edge, it wouldn't run into the house. It's going to hit that 10-degree angle and come back out. So here we are, day 2 on our retrofit egress window installation. Yesterday, just to recap, we got the holly tree removed. We did the excavation all the way down to the footer. We found our drain tile. We're going to tie into that today. And then the last thing we did last night was install this structural framing for our inspection this morning. As you can see, we have our 3 LVL glue lam header, supported by jacks, king studs here. And then also on the inside next, we're going to install our framing to bring this out flush with the drywall finished opening here.
Hold in, good for the video.
Okay guys, now for the fun part. It's been 3 days of digging and cutting. I know you followed along with all the progress. Now we're going to look at the finished product, first from the outside, then from the inside. Jordan, can you give us a quick tour of what we got going on here?
So basically, again, this is a Boman Kemp Well system with the safe basements window. We got the clear plastic cover, which is meant to hold majority of the water out, and also underneath of that, a grate that can hold up to 600 pounds, although it's really not meant for foot traffic. It really easily slides off on a rubber grommet. As you can see here, it slides in and out very easily, even though it's pretty heavy. A small child could do it. So, you can get it off and climb out in the event of an emergency.
Yeah, folks, we'll do a close-up as well. You'll see there's actually a ladder system. So as you exit and you egress from the inside out, you climb right up a small ladder. You can slide off the top, and you're safely outside the building. And as Jordan mentioned, it keeps the majority of the water out, and also leaves and debris that normally collect in a window well, keeps everything pristine and looking good down below. So next, we're going to go on the inside, and we'll take a look from the inside out. Okay, guys, end of day 3, as promised, the best part, the finished product, looking from the inside out. Remember the difference. When we first started on day one, you might recall I pointed out, remember it was just that original builder grade window, started about here, ended here. There's no way you can physically get through that window to get out in case of emergency. Jordan and his team came in 3 days, knocked it out. Look at the great work. So now the window starts here. As you saw yesterday, they did a cut all the way down to here. This is a custom window well that they put in. Now watch the operation from the inside. If you needed to get out, a simple lever comes up. You can climb right outside the window and you can see there's a ladder system, bing, 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 and you're out, okay, to safety. You can close this. It also can be used as just a normal window. There's a screen inside. You pop this open, you can get all kinds of a cross breeze and natural air down here in the basement, which is often needed. So we'll close this back down. Jordan, looks great. If you want, give us a synopsis of the work. I know in this case it was 3 days. This, as Jordan mentioned, this is more of an entry-level package. There were some restrictions in terms of the width, the building configuration, and on the outside, the setback from the property line. They can be done in all different widths and sizes. There's a lot of custom applications for this. But again, walk us through it. Looks like all that's left is just the touch-up paint, and I think we're looking good, and it's project closed.
Absolutely. So, yep, we're pretty much wrapped up here. And one thing that you didn't mention, it's important to be able to get out. Mm-hmm. Also, super important for a fireman or emergency personnel to be able to get in with gear. So that is another thing that this window will allow access to the basement if if there are even pets or anybody down here. So. But other than that, in an emergency situation, it's also, day-to-day use. It's very nice. Lets the natural light in, like you said. You can open the window, just use the bottom for ventilation if you like. You can use the sill here for a window seat, and you can even sit down on it if you like. But again, I think you mentioned this as well, but it's kind of our minimum package. We're a little bit restricted with the size constraints of the window we could install because of the size of the area of this room right here. But other than that, 3 days, done deal. Safe basement and another happy client.
Yeah, well done. Jordan, give us a demo on how the window works. Let's take it out.
All right, guys. Thanks for having us.
It's that easy. Door closes, latch goes down, basement fully secure. Thanks for following along for the last 3 days. We look forward to seeing you on the next video.